It's time for the main event. Here comes the breakdown. Act 1, the setup.
Our snooze fest begins with the once beloved Miramax Films logo, which once signified a great film to come, but now makes you picture Harvey Weinstein raping every principal star of the film. God, I hope he gave it to Nick. I'd watch that. We fade in on a small island of Cephalonia, Greece, in the year 1940, where we watch a whimsical exchange between John Hurt's character, Dr. Giannis, and a patient with a pea in his ear that's been lodged there since he was a child. The middle-aged doofus who didn't realize he's had a pea stuck in his ear for 30 years immediately seems upset about how annoying his grating as all hell mom is, and they apparently give the doctor a chicken as payment. See, that's how it works in countries with universal healthcare, children. Shit would have cost you about, I don't know, $5,000 easy now.
Yeah, take a chicken.
Nowadays, that'd actually be better because you get eggs for free.
What's the exchange rate on chickens?
About $5,000.
We cut to shots of the gorgeous island with a voiceover from the doctor asking a guy named Antonio if he remembers their island before cutting to a line of sick people being brought to a holy place where they lay on the ground and talk in tongues or some shit, and a dude pretends to be cured of restless leg syndrome or something.
Our lives with pain. I want her to learn the lesson that nature teaches us.
The doctor says the island has a long history of war and earthquakes, foreshadowing, and we cut to some guy blasting a cannon like 3 feet from a bunch of little kids, so you know the next generation is going to be deaf without having to stick peas in their fucking ears. We see the villagers, including Christian Bale's character Mandras, not Mandress, and Penelope Cruz's character Pelagia. I think it's
Pelagia is close, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's a soft G, like supposedly like Pelagia or something in Greek. But I think like only one character pronounces it like that and everyone else says it Pelagia.
Yeah.
It's just always good to just pronounce everything wrong. Get people who have no fucking, like, they're not even remotely Greek or Italian or German.
Yeah.
To play all of
close to Greek, right?
Yes, Spain is close enough, I guess.
Close.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Languages are exactly the same.
Anyways, they're both dancing on a hill, which is pretty much all they do on this fucking island when they're not being murdered by Nazis and earthquakes. Spoiler alert for everybody.
That's like all they do before the war starts
and
all they do after the war.
They're simple people.
They're simple folk. We see the cannon guy blast a bunch of rocks haphazardly out of the cannon again, but this time he fires it right at somebody's house and the stones hit Mandras. Thankfully, though, we get treated to the only exciting or interesting moment in this 2 hour and 9 minute drudgery in the form of Christian Bale's bare ass cheeks. Dr. Giannis
we
treats
shot
Mandras'
our whole wad like 5 seconds into the movie.
Dr. Giannis treats Mandras' wounds, and Pelagia checks out the goods for a bit while Mandras says, "Come closer, have a good look, tell your friends, everybody's welcome." We set up that Pelagia is studying to become a doctor like her father before Mandras' overbearing mom comes to check on his beautiful buttocks while smacking him and saying boys are nothing but trouble.
His mom reminded me of Kieran Hines the whole movie. So I just thought it was like Kieran Hines playing an old Greek woman.
Just Kieran Hines in drag.
Yeah. Sorry, that's awful to say about that woman, that actress or whatever. But that's just, you can't unsee it if you think about it.
Now I can't think of anything else. Yeah. She is one of the better, like, she feels more authentic than most of the other cast members. Mm-hmm. She's barely in it, but, you know, whatever.
Well, we watch Pelagia and Mandras slowly fall in love while she admires his Batman abs. Or actually, I guess during this time they were his Patrick Bateman abs. And they enjoy their island paradise in peace without any fear of World War II getting ready to kick off all around them, which we hear about through a radio broadcast. Pelagia tells her dad that Mandras wants to marry her, but the doctor argues that they are too young, and for some reason, he thinks she would only ever marry happily to a foreigner. Okay.
Sure.
He says Mandris is not her equal.
Everyone on this island fucking sucks. You gotta get out of here, girl. I'm telling you.
He says that Mandris is not her equal since she's a smart future doctor, I guess, and that she should marry for love rather than hunky good looks. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I'd marry him in a heartbeat. She argues with her father that she does love him, but he says he won't give her a dowry if she chooses to marry Mandris, and says there's going to be a war while pulling a gun on his only child, and says, use this to defend yourself, and if necessary, use it against yourself. Wow, that conversation took a really dark turn, but
it's so out of fucking nowhere.
It is. It just points and takes a gun out. Hey, shoot yourself.
Shoot yourself, you stupid bitch. Should marry somebody from England or something. I don't know.
It's weird because I'm pretty sure that's what Nigel says to his family whenever I come over to visit too, by the way.
He just hands out guns to everybody.
Yeah. Like, the brown man come in, use this to protect yourself. Look, it's not my fault your children look like they belong to the Nazi party.
It's true.
He says her marriage will have to wait till this pesky world war is over, and we cut to a Greek general recruiting men in the town square to help fight against the Italian army, which has already made their way to Albania. Mandris gets all charged up to defeat Mussolini and the Italians, and Pellegrino chats with a priest for whatever they have in Greece about her and Mandris having an engagement ceremony or whatever the fuck that was.
It was like a ceremony to make the engagement official or something.
Yeah, it's like it was just a
pre-engagement
wedding
party.
But yeah, I guess just a betrothal.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Maybe that's a thing in Greek Orthodoxy.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, he was going off to war, so maybe they just was like, we can't have a wedding right now, so for the time being,
Yeah. Give you this promise ring.
Yeah.
Mandris says when he comes back from the war, they'll get married unless some slick, fun-loving, charming Italian guy with a horribly forced accent who can play the fuck out of a mandolin beats him to it. They dance the night away while Mandris passionately tells Pelagia how much he loves her, and Dr. Giannis looks on depressed since he wanted his daughter to marry some random person from another country or something. Also, Mandris ties her to a chair for some reason, which, based on the one expression Penelope Cruz is capable of in this film, makes her question whether she wants to be with this guy or not. I don't know. I mean, it's confusing. She's not very good at emoting in this movie.
Yeah, not at all.
Just a not at fucking all, slate, dude. And you just have to assume whatever she's thinking in any scene.
Yeah.
It's better as a CGI guinea pig. Good takeaway.
I think it's implied later on that, like, because he says something about her being madly in love, but then once the falling in love part disappears, do you still want to be with this person? And I think that was like the first implication that maybe she doesn't actually love the guy. She just
doesn't want to marry the village idiot.
Yeah,
man child.
Right.
Yeah. So that's
it's too late to get married to the guy with a pea in his ear for 30 years.
Mandris and most of the able-bodied men of the island head off to fight the Italians. And we see that Mandris and Pelagia passionately hug while she says she'll write to him constantly and asks him to promise to write her back, which he does kind of, I don't know, sort of nods his head a little, which I guess counts.
Foreshadowing, I think.
Yeah.
Spoilers, he can't read or write. But he didn't want to tell her that.
Yeah.
Who could have thought?
Otherwise, she'd be embarrassed to marry him.
Yeah.
He'll tie her to a chair and embarrass her in front of everyone she knows in her life. But,
literally the entire island was there.
But that's not a bridge too far. But not being able to read.
Yeah. That's it, man. No.
We cut to Pelagia narrating a letter to Mandris saying he hasn't written to her since he left, and she's worried he is wounded, in prison, or dead. Also, she says this is the 100th letter she's written to him. She waits every day to hear news from him, but there's nothing. Just get off this guy's dick, lady. He's protecting Gotham from Liam Neeson. Jesus. Fuck. We see wounded returning home and a list of dead posted in the town square. Eventually, we see Pelagia excitedly tell her dad that the Greeks have beaten the Italians in Albania, but the doctor explains that Hitler won't let Mussolini be humiliated, so it spells disaster for the Greeks, which is true. Mm-hmm. Smart doctor. He's like
Except
the only
he's got
smart
throat
person
cancer
in this fucking
through the whole movie.
Yeah, he's like the only sympathetic person, I feel like.
Yeah.
Every word he speaks. Pelagia, Nubians.
Hey, I actually felt like he might have been a Greek person.
Yeah,
he tried.
he had at least
True.
That British actor felt like he was
felt more Greek than
Greek at points. Why did this, I mean, we'll get into it in the questions.
We hear Pelagia narrating another letter where she tells Mandris that she's become hopeless, that he'll return since he never writes her back. He could have at least, I don't know, inked his cheeks and sent it to her.
something. Had somebody just write a quick note back.
Press his mushroom tip into the fucking paper or something. I don't know, dude. He could have done something.
Thinking of you.
He could have asked one of his buddies to write for him. Like
apparently they have fucking read him every single letter. He couldn't have asked one of them to like write something back.
What a piece of shit. Fuck this guy.
Maybe he tricked like his buddies into not knowing that he was illiterate and couldn't read. Like,
true.
I just like it when you read it.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
God.
I'll be touching myself here.
Oh, fuck. We then watch a news report saying that the Axis powers have captured Athens and Greece has surrendered. Dun, dun, dun. We cut to the Italian army preparing to occupy Cephalonia with soldiers and supplies streaming onto the island. Pelagia catches eyes with a handsome Italian soldier after he makes his platoon salute the beautiful girl, and she's like, oh, there's something about this evil Nazi-loving occupier who has come to enslave my people, destroy my way of life, and take my country from me. What a hottie.
Hey, he called her Bella Bambina or whatever the fuck.
Bella Bambina. Oh,
hey.
Oh, fuck. She spots a mandolin slung on his back, and her dad is like, God damn it. Oh, I hope he fingers my daughter as well as he probably fingers that mandolin.
Because he wanted a foreign person.
Wanted a foreigner, yeah.
God damn it.
Fucking occupying forces. And he's like, yeah, maybe this guy.
Yeah.
He's
Best
a bad
prospect.
guy, but he's not a bad guy, okay? We see the army post up in the town square, and Nick, aka Captain Corelli, reads a letter the mayor of the town has given him, which he reads aloud to the men, which says "fuck off," which he delivers in like a really weird posh English accent for some reason.
Fuck off.
He knows two accents, sort of. Sort of Greek or sort of Italian and sort of English.
He's got a pretty decent Boston accent in the next movie. You should have just stuck with that.
Oh, God. We should mention that
Just
at no
done
point,
a Boston accent the whole movie for this movie.
There's a lot of Italians in Boston.
Take the fucking car.
fuck off.
Fuck
You like
off,
them
you
apples?
cock. Yeah, how do you like them apples?
I've never pointed my gun at somebody, you know? Never in my life.
God, now I wish he had been in the Departed.
That would have been awesome.
We should mention that at no point does anyone speak a language other than English, except in passing in a few spots. They hand him a letter in Greek that the Italians can't read, so Corelli, who presumably is semi-fluent in Greek, reads it to the men, even though everyone just speaks English the whole fucking time.
Yeah, that's my why do they have Greek accents when they're talking to each other? Like he should be arguably the only one with an accent because he's the only one speaking a foreign language to him. And we should just accept that everybody else speaks English.
It's
but they're
very
speaking
confusing.
Greek.
You know, I forget what that movie was. It was like the 13th Soldier or something like that.
13th Warrior.
13th Warrior, where Antonio Banderas, like they're like sitting around a campfire and he's like learning their language and it slowly turns to English. Like something to set up the fact that it's
I think movies do this a lot better now in shows. Like they'll have one or two lines where the characters are speaking in the language, and then it just switches to English with their natural accents and whatever. You get it. They should have just done something like that.
But it's also kind of like it paints the movie as if everybody is fluent in the same language,
whatever it is. Yeah,
clearly they're not.
Like they're all speaking English because they all have separate accents.
Everybody understands everybody, and we've got Greeks, Italians, and Germans all on the same island.
Yeah.
Three very, very different languages. I don't know.
It's just shadows the suspension of disbelief for me. It's distracting.
Right. Yeah.
To the point where it's detracting from trying to watch the movie. At
Yeah.
least to me.
The captain's commander tells him to tell the mayor if they don't surrender, the men will mobilize and storm the building. They hand Corelli another letter which says they refuse to surrender since they already beaten the Italians in Albania and will only surrender to a German officer. Some wet blanket Nazi piece of shit shows up, and the Greeks surrender to the biggest bitch in the whole movie in the form of the governor from The Walking Dead, aka David Morse, aka Captain Gunther Weber. Yeah, I didn't realize that was
you took more of an effort to pronounce it properly than they did.
Yeah, well, somebody's got to. I didn't realize that was the governor until you pointed it out.
To me, he was another one of those. I've seen that guy in that thing.
Yeah, I couldn't place him. I knew him from somewhere, and I know he's probably enough to look up the credits.
I assumed he was probably an English actor.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's British.
He's a piece of shit in everything he's in, apparently, and he's a bitch.
In this movie, not in real life. We think he's probably
he's a nice guy in real life. We see the Italians setting up camps so they can use the island as a strategic stronghold against an allied invasion. And we are introduced to Captain Corelli's singing platoon who all belt their hearts out while washing up and shaving. Some dude named Carlo joins the group, and Corelli asks him where he served and asks if he can sing show tunes like the rest of them, which he's not into since he served in bloody warfare with his last outfit, unlike any of these minstrel dickheads. Quick fact, in the novel, Carlo plays a much bigger role in the story and is a closeted gay man who lost his lover in the battle with the Greeks in Albania, so he hates the Greeks until Corelli shows him they are good people.
I definitely got the gay vibes from him in this.
Yeah.
But he's like severely underwritten character in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, spoilers for later in the film, he kind of sacrifices himself.
Yeah. And it makes it seem like he really loves Corelli.
Yeah.
But that entire plot was wiped from the movie.
They just took it out.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
God, I wish there would have been a gay scene between the two of them.
There's so many little things that would have improved this film.
Yeah.
I'm
that
sure
they
they're in
just
the book.
decided to ignore. And there's so much dead air. There's just so much space of
There is.
nothing.
Oh my
happening.
God, this movie is so unnecessarily long because scenes take so fucking long.
Yeah.
Which is sad. Yeah. Because there's a lot of times where there's movies that just they just boom, 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 boom. They don't let stuff breathe. But this movie lets scenes breathe way too
There's a spectrum.
fucking long.
Yeah. There's a spectrum of editing.
Yeah. This is a perfect example of how not to let a scene breathe. Captain Corelli sings in the guy's face while he looks around awkwardly, and then Corelli explains that every member of his battery is a member of the Opera Society, and that everyone in this outfit must sing or play the spoons or helmet or jack off or whatever. And Carlo stares at Corelli like, Jesus, these guys are even gayer than I am, and I take dicks in my butt.
It's like, can I just go back to Albania and get shot again instead of having to deal with these
get killed by the Nazis?
He's like, I wish I would have died in Albania.
Send me to the goddamn drama kid squad.
He's like, show tunes are even a little too gay for me. We cut to the movie explaining why we have the Third Amendment in the form of an Italian soldier saying Dr. Yanis and his daughter must quarter a high-ranking officer in their home. The doctor vehemently tells the guy he won't house an Italian before spotting a limp the soldier has, and makes a deal with the quartermaster that he will treat the corns on his feet and house an officer in exchange for medical supplies so he can continue to take care of his people.
He really changed tact really fast.
It was a very weird, I don't know, motivation, character shit.
Absolutely not. I will not take you in.
Yeah, the same scene.
Oh, you're limping.
Right. I don't know.
I took it as, and it wasn't done really well, but I just took it as he sees an opportunity to be able to still care for his people with supplies that he now can't get because they've cut off all the supply chains.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly what it was supposed to be.
He's
but
being,
like,
right, but it was just sacrificing.
Done.
But
just
it just makes it seem like he's like, oh, you got morphine? All right. Look at man, rape my daughter. I don't care. I'll treat those corns. It's weird. Like, it makes it seem like he just wants to do it almost to like treat the guy's corns or some shit. I don't know.
I think it's also supposed to show that he
took a Hippocratic oath. He needs to help people.
Yes, that he even though they're the enemy, he still has this. He has honor about it, which I don't know. It just doesn't play into the movie at all. It was weird.
Right.
It was weird.
Yeah, it's just an awkward way they do it in the scene.
I mean, everything that he did obviously made sense, but the way that they filmed it and edited it and pasted it, just was weird and awkward. I don't know.
Yeah, sure, you can let the fucking guy sing for 20 minutes.
In the same scene, he's like, fuck you, Italians. And he's like, hey, wait.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, move in.
Yeah.
My daughter will sleep in the bed with the guy.
Yeah. By the way, I know how to treat leprosy. Call back.
Anyways, Pelagia comes home to find a filthy homeless man inside of her house. But to her shock, it actually turns out to be Mandris, who from this point on in the film transforms into a Greek Che Guevara.
Yeah.
He even kind of looks like him.
Yep.
Yeah.
He just needs the beret.
It even has like the bandolier of bullets.
Yeah.
She
That was like the scene direction that they put up on the board.
Yeah.
Che.
Yeah, Che Guevara.
She asks why he never wrote her back, and he pulls out a huge wad of letters she wrote him before, explaining that he never learned how to read or write. Kind of seems like something he probably should have told her before he left, but I guess lying to your soon-to-be wife is always a good thing.
He's too proud.
Yeah.
You tied her to a chair.
Hey, he's just joking around, man.
Just a practical joker.
He's like, I'm just joshing you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, we see Pelagia treat Mandris Trenchfoot while his mom bitches about him smelling bad and being worried he'll get fleas. And his mom offers to show Pelagia Mandrik's dick. What in the absolute fuck is going on in this movie?
She just wants grandkids, all right? She's desperate.
You want to see it?
Want to see his penis? His panas? Mandris tells Pelagia that they beat the Italians but couldn't do the same to the Germans. And later we see that Dr. Giannis treats Mandris' wounds. Yep. He came back all sorts of
lots of scars and shit all over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you're supposed to understand, like, if you think about it from the subtext of it, he's a very proud man, but he went AWOL. And you think of what the hell drove him to going AWOL when he cares about honor that much. So you think of the kind of hell he went through to have to try to get away from that. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to think too hard.
You're giving it more thought than the screenwriter did.
Yeah, I'm sure the book goes into it more.
I'm wondering if it was like they were supposed to have surrendered to the Germans, but he went AWOL.
But he went AWOL.
Made his way back.
Yeah.
Because
he immediately wants to sign back up with the partisans. So it's not like he's like afraid of dying or fighting them. So yeah, that's probably true.
Right. I assume that he had heard that the island had been occupied by the Italian army, and so he left. And
anyway, he's got a decent story that we never hear about.
Right, exactly. He's just eye candy.
Right.
A truck pulls up to the house some other day, I guess, and we see that Captain Corelli is the officer they decided to make bunk with the Giannis family. Corelli blows Pelagia a kiss when he pulls up and calls her Bella Babina again, which is what he did when his men saluted her in town. Seems a little racist, but she gives him a go fuck yourself look, or I mean an open mouth stare at him before looking down, which is her default look throughout this entire film. Even in the more romantic scenes, she just has that same look.
It's whatever you want it to be. It's a sign of a great actor.
Yeah. Kristen Stewart based her entire acting career after this.
Hey, for all we know, it was the direction. I don't know.
Could be. I don't know. She's an Oscar winner, dude.
Let's say I haven't seen her in a lot of stuff, but I'm pretty sure she can act pretty well.
She can act for sure.
Maybe the only direction she got was like, you're uncertain. about everything that's going on
Every
in this
single
story.
scene, you're
Yeah.
uncertain. Look at the floor.
She's like, yeah, I'm uncertain why I signed up for this pile of shit.
At least she got a Greek vacation out of it, presumably.
True.
He introduces himself as Captain Antonio Corelli and introduces Carlo, that guy who joined his battery but doesn't like to sing. He says Carlo has 100 medals for saving lives and none for taking them, to which Pelagia says, a brave Italian is a freak of nature.
See,
Bitch.
there's a couple lines that are good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Must have been lifted directly from the book.
When they're talking about love or being racist to Italians. It's cool.
Dr. Giannis blames Corelli for defacing a monument and then says the captain should sleep in his daughter's room. And he's like, don't mind if I do. No, he says he'll find somewhere else to stay, but the doctor insists he sleep in her room while she sleeps somewhere else, I guess.
Which they never explain
No.
where she sleeps.
It was like a couch, like in another room, it looked like. She's
Was
sleeping.
it?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
sleeping on it in a couple of scenes. It's just like she's sleeping on the couch.
They awkwardly eat dinner, and the doctor says they no longer have meat because of the shit-eating scumbags occupying their island. He didn't actually say that, but that's kind of the tone he said it in. Captain Corelli says he can bring some food, and Pelagia says, we do not accept food from the enemy, but Dr. Giannis suggests he bring wine. This guy, morphine and wine, dude. He likes to party.
He was like the one who was insistent that they not take help from the Italians.
Yeah.
And then 5 seconds later, he's like, yeah, bring some wine.
I mean, whatever. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but, you know.
it's the same shit. I'll never quarter someone in my house. You can bring someone in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe some morphine. You can bring
It's
someone in my house.
all about the way that they put it together. Like, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Yes, it makes sense that he slowly warms up to him and like allows him to bring wine. But in the moment, in the film, it doesn't make any fucking
No,
sense.
yeah,
Like,
it's
it's just,
like you have such a shift in the same scene.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like almost
Like
line to
that's
line.
something you could tell in a book like that, but not.
Right.
Yeah, when you see the inner dialogue or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he just kind of leaves the captain of the invading army alone with his daughter, since he wants her to end up with a foreigner or some shit.
All right, you
Maybe that's
kids
why he
have
wants the
fun.
wine.
Leave a door open. Wink.
Corelli says it's only an hour until curfew, to which the doctor basically says, fuck off, I live here. And Pelagia says, aren't you going to stop him? He's defying you. To which Corelli says, you're absolutely right. Quick, get the gun. Somebody shoot him. Shoot him. But, you know, like in a fun, jokey kind of way. Well, laughing at her, and she doesn't really take kindly to him joking about murdering her dad for some reason.
Probably because it was in a really goofy Italian accent. Shoot him, shoot him.
Hey, it's a me, it's a Mario.
We see Corelli trying to teach a little girl how to say his name. Again, we should mention that at no point does anyone try to speak Greek or Italian or German in the entire movie. Just a bunch of American and British actors doing Greek, German, and Italian accents, and a girl from Spain doing a Spanish accent while playing a Greek while looking at the floor with her mouth agape. Pelagia spots Corelli playing with the kid and tells her to go home since she doesn't want her fraternizing with the enemy. And he says, in times of war, we must make the most of what little time of innocent pleasure there is. Another great line again, lifted most likely from the book. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anyway, stop being a little bitch, lady. It's not like he's part of an invading army that has stolen the only place she's ever known in the name of a fascist dictator who wants to exterminate their kind from the earth. Just lighten up. Have some fun. Drink some wine. Dance.
Drink some wine, dance.
Yeah,
It's all fun and games.
he can play an instrument. Come on. Not that bad.
Stroke that mandolin.
Look at what his fingers can do. We cut to Pelagia reading Mandris the letters that she wrote him since they didn't have Hooked on Phonics back in the 40s. So he still can't not read too good. You know, this, to be honest, like he's the only character that I actually related to in this film because of his disabilities. Mandris kind of ignores her and just plays with a gun before trying to convince her to kill Corelli since he's the enemy. Mandris says he plans to leave to join the partisans when he's strong enough so they can fight the occupiers off their island. Then asks her to read the last letter she wrote him before he came home, which, spoilers, is basically a Dear John letter. But he cuts her off when he hears the Italian army marching down the street. So again, like this is their way of trying to make him seem like a bad guy because he's...
Yeah.
more
Was he
interested
gonna
in
like
fighting.
break up with her in that moment?
I think, yeah, he was. I guess it was like they were going to have the talk that he
Yeah.
wanted to have later on, or that he has.
But
later
then
on
he
with her.
kind of just decided not to. I
Yeah.
think.
Well, he had to go return some videotapes.
God damn it.
Solid pull.
Later, we see Corelli arrive home drunk, and he gives Pelagia a flower, and she's upset that he's been drinking. She says, "I thought you were a soldier," and he salutes her and says, "Captain Antonio Corelli, reporting for duty." Nick Cage trying to pull off an Italian accent while also pretending to be drunk was pretty epic to see.
I always said it before. He can play drunk really well.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I don't know if he can do
Especially
that
when
when
he
he's
is
also
drunk.
trying to be goofy and romantic and an Italian. Maybe it's a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
It's a bit much.
Dr. Giannis asks to hear Corelli play the mandolin, and he's confused, but busts it out anyways. Corelli taps on the mandolin for like 5 minutes since he's hearing the other instruments in his head, I guess. Then Corelli yawns like an orangutan while Dr. Giannis apologizes to the imaginary orchestra. Doctor goes to bed and again leaves his only child with the occupying captain from the axis of evil. But he starts playing the mandolin finally, which immediately makes Pelagia's panties flood like the levees after Hurricane Katrina. Oh, God, I'm sorry. Corelli opens his eyes and sees her smiling at his playing, and she catches herself and leaves. We see her in his room the next morning looking at a photo of him and also smiling, so I guess she's picturing him strumming her mandolin the way he does those strings. God damn it.
Such a like, what? You're an evil piece of shit. I don't want you in my house. 5 seconds after he starts playing the mandolin. I mean, I guess it's the same as like when douchey frat bros play Wonderwall at parties. It's just like, oh,
Yeah.
so hot. I didn't know he had this side to him.
He can play acoustic guitar.
Kind of. He can play G and E minor.
Manders pops in and asks if this is where the captain sleeps, and then tells her that he's leaving in the morning to join the resistance fighters. She tells him not to go, but he says if he dies, he wants to die for something he believes in. She gives him a waistcoat she's been working on for him for months, and he shits on it for being uneven.
Yeah, there's like a scene where she is like sewing it and she's like, it's just all wrong.
Yeah.
And it was more about like him not writing back to her. And
Yeah.
But
Yep.
it's like she fucked up the stitching
Yeah.
because she doesn't actually love him. I don't know. I guess there's
And I
symbolism.
mean, and then we eventually learn why he's giving her the cold shoulder about it. So
Yeah.
Corelli walks in and Manders says the Greeks would have kicked their ass in Albania if it wasn't for the Germans. And Corelli agrees with him, but says the Germans are not his friend. Manders asks what Corelli thinks of their island, to which he says, I like your island. And then Manders kisses Pelagia to make him jealous, and then he just kind of pushes her head and leaves while Corelli stares at the floor with his hands in his pocket, doing his best Penelope Cruz impression, I guess. So, true.
I like your island.
that's why I'm taking it.
I like your women.
No, those fascists aren't my friends. I'm a different fascist.
Yeah.
The next morning, Manders says goodbye to Pelagia, and she hugs him passionately before he takes off in a boat. It's like every fucking man she loves leaves her in a boat in this movie. Spoilers.
Well, I mean, literally nowhere else to get off the island.
No other way to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, because Manders does it like 4 fucking times. She watches on knowing he could never play her little man in the boat like Captain Corelli. Which makes her sad. Oh, and the fact that he's leaving her behind again to fight for his country.
Act 2. Let's get some motivation up in this thing.
We see a little girl on a cliff overlooking a beach making a little crown of thorns she plans to put on Jesus's head later in the crucifixion. What the hell was that about? Down below, we see Corelli and his men enjoying a fun beach day with some topless whores, which is still boring somehow. I don't...
Probably like
It's
the
like-
most boobs we've seen in a single scene in a Nick Cage movie. And
Yeah.
it's still just like nothing's happening.
Man, we've got our minisodes coming up here for the bit part special that we're doing. Holy shit, man. I don't even know, like, because he's like barely in some of these movies, if I should include the boobs, but like, I think there's like 31 boobs in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's like 12 in that one trailer that he's in Grindhouse. I'm like, fuck, man, we're going to add like 40 boobs. But anyways, Corelli leads them in song, and the fun is interrupted by a fucking scumbag piece of animal shit pile Nazi. Sorry, I now feel an obligation to remind the world that the Nazis are bad.
So this movie doesn't really, I mean, it kind of does it, but it also kind of doesn't.
Yeah, kind of humanizes them, right? Mm-hmm. Anyways, the diarrhea fountain opens his shit-eating lips and says, "Hail Hitler." And Corelli is like, "Oh, he must just have autism." No, wait, he says, "Hail Puccini," who was the Pope at the time.
I thought Puccini was a musician. Composer.
Well, there was a Pope at the time called Puccini, so I don't know.
The subtitles say Puccini, like the composer.
Puccini?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's different than Puccini Puccini.
And it makes sense. You know, he likes music, so
yeah,
Italian composer, I guess.
I guess the accent made it a little difficult to figure out what exactly he was saying. Captain Weber, who's the Nazi, reminds Corelli that they've met before since he's so forgettable, and says he admires his little party. And then all of the Italians steal his cigarettes when he offers one to Corelli. I thought that was funny.
It's like classroom rules, you know?
Yeah.
You bring out that pack of gum, suddenly you got to give gum to everybody.
Give it to everybody. Weber says there are now 1,200 Germans on the island, and Corelli makes a joke about them being there to keep an eye on them. Then they make fun of Weber for having dark hair, and Corelli says, "Like Adolf Hitler?" The way he says it is so funny to me.
All my family and my family before them, going back as far as we can remember, have dark hair.
Like Adolf Hitler?
You see, Hitler was a fucking hypocrite who thought he was part of a master race of blonde, blue-eyed Germans, even though he had brown hair, brown eyes, and was a one-testicled meth addict who was apparently into women shitting on him, allegedly.
Hey, what's wrong with that last part?
No kink shaming. The rest of it's fuck off. Nazis fuck off, but no kink shaming.
We share and we don't judge.
Occasional shit. The Scheiße.
Also, remember, he was Austrian. He wasn't German.
Yeah.
So
and partially Jewish, by the way.
Yeah. And
he's
super delusional gentleman.
The Aryan terminology from Persia for some reason.
Yeah, just a weird.
Lots of mental gymnastics to twist yourself into.
Yeah.
Yep.
Being a supremacist.
Meth. It's a hell of a drug.
Corelli offers Weber a drink and then makes a joke about how he thinks anyone who loves Wagner should be shot. I notice that's like a common thing between Italians and Germans is the hate of Wagner. Because the Germans love him.
Yeah.
But made great flying into war music. Wagner did. Pelagia spots the nauseous fascist titty party on the beach and is disgusted that the guy she's insulted every time she's talked to him could possibly be interested in such activities. Corelli makes his way to Pelagia's home, and she spots him kissing one of the girls, which prompts her to pull a gun on him the second that he walks into the house. He's understandably shocked and walks slowly to her before taking the gun away, since she could never shoot that blue-eyed, beautiful man. She laughs at him and says the gun wasn't even loaded, and he says, "I have never pointed a gun at anybody, never in my life." Sorry, I won't do that. I've never pointed a gun at anybody in my life. It must be very difficult for you to have to put up with us. Which again is a great line. That Must have been taken from the book. Mm-hmm. She says it must be difficult for him to have to live with himself since he spends his days laying in the sand with prostitutes while people she's known her whole life are fighting to save their country while he sings and does whatever the hell he's doing down there.
Drinking wine,
hanging with Nazis. She asks him, what is there to sing about? And he says, what is there to sing about? There is singing when babies are baptized, when we celebrate a marriage. Men sing as they work. Soldiers sing as they march into battle. There is singing when people die. I've always found something in life worth singing about, and for that I cannot apologize. Which again, great line, even though it's delivered in a fucking caricature accent. He apologizes for causing her pain by his presence, and the next morning he prepares to leave the Ionis's family behind, but whips out his mandolin one last time so Pelagia can wake up with flutters in her stomach. The doctor tries to convince Antonio to stay, but he says Pelagia wants him to go. And he says he'll make sure Dr. Ionis gets the medical supplies still, even though he's not going to be staying there anymore. The Italians throw a party in the town square and try to get the Greeks to dance with them, but they're not so keen on getting cozy with the enemy troops for some odd reason, as we see later in the film. Spoilers. But we'll
God damn, this movie just never ends.
This scene in particular, it's just like,
yeah, it takes forever. The Italians eventually start dancing with each other while the Greeks look on disgusted. Corelli heads over to a Greek girl and says the evil, degenerate Nazi fucker across the dance floor thinks she's very pretty, but he's too shy to throw her into a boxcar. I mean, ask her to dance himself. She explains that she doesn't mean to be rude, but if the town sees her dancing with a Nazi, it won't go well for her.
She read the script.
Yeah, she read the script. Pelagia gets tired of being a prisoner in her own island and decides, why not dance with the fascists? So why did it not go badly for her after this? Like they see the one girl get kissed on the cheek, or she kisses the Nazi on the cheek, and I guess they assume that she's with him. Mm-hmm. So spoilers, they string her up in a tree, but they don't fucking do anything to Pelagia, who literally has sex with the enemy later on.
The Italians are on their side by that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
They'd fought together.
That's true.
Remember, it's all in the fascist, not the fast. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say.
Also, they don't condone shitting on somebody's chest, and they definitely know she dropped a deuce on his chest.
That's the Germans. That's not.
No. That's what I'm saying. Is the lady that they string up in the tree, they know she dropped a deuce on the governor's chest. Scheiße on me chest.
I'm too shy to ask. She hops out onto the dance floor with one of Corelli's men and dances her heart out while Corelli watches on, fascinated and turned on, I guess. You just kind of have to imply emotions, since Nicolas Cage and Penelope Cruz spend half of this movie giving each other open mouth stares with little to no discernible expression whatsoever. It's kind of hard to suss out what they're trying to tell us with this.
Yeah.
Well,
she's trying to make him jealous by dancing what looks like salsa for some reason. Even though she's
You're
Greek.
not Spanish in this movie. You're Greek.
And he's upset that she's cavorting with other Italians and not him. I don't know. That's how a romantic movie would write it, so I'm assuming that's what it was supposed to be going for.
Yeah, I think so. Everyone claps for her, and Dr. Ionis notices how Antonio is staring at her and is like, oh, I recognize that vacant expression. That boy is in love. Sometime later, that little girl who fashioned the crown of thorns for Jesus finds a giant Turkish sea mine washed up on the beach and lets Antonio know about it. He and his men decide to put on a little show for the people they're occupying. and they surround the mine with explosives, build a little bunker to hide in, and blow it up while the townsfolk watch on, including Pelagia. Unfortunately, these Italians are horrible soldiers, and the fuse for the explosives is too short. So when it goes off, it knocks over the sandbags in Antonio's bunker, and he's injured, which prompts totally not in love with him, Pelagia, to run miles down a hill to see if Corelli is all right.
I love that these are the guys that are they're like artillerymen, and they can't measure out a fuse properly to set off some explosives.
Well, they're not EOD, dude.
I guess.
They launch the shit. They don't blow it
They
up.
fucking set up the bunker way too far away, and then the fuse wasn't long enough, so they set the bunker up 10 feet from it. Not sure how they were expecting that to go down.
Brain must have just been rattled.
It's like two boxes of explosives next to an unexploded sea mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, even 20 feet away. It's fine.
I kind of wonder if it was something in the book where, he was like, well, I already promised a show, so we'll just make sure it happens. I don't know.
Throw a rock at it.
I think, can't you get longer fuses?
No, this is World War II.
Tie 2 fuses together,
Lob a grenade at it or something.
Yeah.
Corelli spots her on the beach from his stretcher, and later we see her treating all of the platoon of idiots' wounds for being too close to the explosion, which I didn't think the other guys were too close. I thought it was just him in the bunker, but whatever. They're treating their faces and shit.
Maybe it's because they got hit with shrapnel and shit because they were in the bunker and he was the only one in the bunker.
Yeah. She tells Antonio, "You must be one of the most stupid people I've ever met." And he says, "I can see your lips moving, but I can't hear the words you're saying." They have a flirty exchange as we find out he's moving back in for a few days because he's injured. And Corelli asks her if she missed having him around. And she sarcastically says, "I missed you so much, I can't sleep at night." Or whatever her accent is. I don't know. He tells her how amazing she danced the other night and that I could watch you forever. And she says, "You think you can come in here and turn my whole life upside down or my whole world upside down?" Did I miss 9 scenes of them actually having some sort of connection to each other?
Yeah. Nope. Apparently not.
How are they suddenly in love? What the fuck happened? How did it jump from that?
Yeah.
You think you could come in here and turn my whole world upside down?
They tell you, tell, don't show. That's how you make great art. Great cinema.
We see Dr. Ioannis getting supplies from the quartermaster, but the guy says he's nearly out since the supply line has been cut by the Allies and 12,000 men on the mainland are sick with malaria. In another scene that feels super forced, Dr. Ioannis tells Captain Corelli that when he met Pelagia's mom, she was engaged to someone else, but he didn't let that stop him. What? Why are you having this conversation? Supply lines.
Shit, they're going to lose the war. They're going to leave soon. I really need to bag this foreigner for my daughter.
You need to make sure that he fucks my daughter.
Yeah, fucking get on it, Corelli.
Jesus Christ. Then he asks Corelli if he thinks she'd make a good doctor, since I'm guessing Mandras would have just made her stay in the kitchen rather than practice medicine or something. I don't know. Fuck it. Corelli just stares at him the entire scene without saying one fucking word. And the doctor explains that the island has seen nothing but disasters and massacres for 2,000 years and it's just a matter of time until the next one. Again, I guess to make Corelli know what he's getting into if he stays.
Like a great place to raise your daughter when you want nothing but the best for her and to get her away from the island, but you somehow have chosen to make your life on this island.
Anyway, or maybe he wants him to take his daughter away from this cursed land.
That's what I don't know. There's a weird message of this is a nice, quiet, rural community life, but he just seems like he just wants nothing but for his daughter to leave.
Yeah, I don't really get what we were supposed to be getting from that.
Please just shack up with an Italian fascist and get the hell out of here before an earthquake kills everybody.
Go somewhere where you could actually do good. You don't have to treat dudes with peas in their ears and fucking bullshit like that. You can actually go to a place where they have real medical issues. Since TV doesn't exist and life is just that boring, we again see the Greeks sitting around in the town square watching the Italians drink and sing with that rat fuck evil Nazi leading the choir, much to Corelli's delight. Pelagia watches on smiling, and we watch a couple Greeks watch on upset as a girl flirts with the Nazi. Sure is handy that there's no language barriers in this magical world.
Yep.
Germans, Greeks, Italians, they're all just so similar. The governor tells her he's going to leave a record player with her when the war is over, and she's over the moon and gives him a kiss on the cheek, much to the disgust of the unibrow crew watching on.
Yeah.
Slut.
Dr. Ioannis announces that the Allies have landed in Italy, and the Italians are stoked since they know that they'll be going home soon. But the Nazi with a heart of gold is shocked that they want the war to end.
You're not enjoying your time here?
You're not having a good time. Corelli says they don't have the same advantages as the Germans, like believing that other races are inferior to theirs. And he says, you can't alter a scientific fact, which I'll just use this moment to let everybody know that the scientific studies that the Germans used as a jumping off point to justify the Holocaust were complete fabrications made up by Americans to enact Jim Crow laws. Just so you know.
Also,
inferior skulls. See, look.
Also, like 5 years before this, the Italians were occupying Ethiopia, as we know.
Yeah.
And we're definitely convinced that they were superior to all of the African races that they were colonizing and subjugating.
Yeah, they kind of left that part out. It's okay. It's okay.
That's why I like the Italian movie that is way more critical of the Italian actions than this, whatever the fuck, English-American movie that is basically like, nah, they were good. They're fine.
Anyways, Corelli says, forget about science. It's morality that counts, says the guy whose country let the Germans exterminate all of their Jews. Did you ever see Life is Beautiful? They go round and round about morality of war, how hard it was for the Germans after the First World War, and Dr. Ioannis says, sometimes it's better to lose than to have so much blood on your hands. One of Corelli's men says they should think about falling in love rather than war on such a beautiful night. So Corelli plays the mandolin for the next 2 full minutes of screen time as Pelagia stares at him. And when he finishes, he says, it's Pelagia's song. And she's shocked or constipated. Kind of hard to tell from the complete absence of expression.
I wish her dad gave me a gun so I could use it on myself right now.
Use it on yourself. Before it gets into the second act, just kill yourself. Mondras's mom is shocked to hear Corelli wrote a song for Pelagia, and the next day we see Corelli ride a motorcycle to where Pelagia is collecting herbs or something. He tells her, I wrote you that song because I love you. I don't care if the world knows it. And she gives him the vacant, open mouth look that won her an Oscar just a few years after this film. He gives her a long speech about how he feels about her, and she tearily kisses him, submitting to her forbidden love. We see her walk back from her home with a big smile on her face, sniffing her fingers.
He's into ass play, dude.
I don't know if you noticed that, but
Yeah.
just like,
I think it's supposed to be more of her just like, you know.
Wiping her mouth.
getting rid of the stretch
Have a
marks.
little Alfredo sauce. Gotta get.
God.
Oh, God. Get a little Captain Corelli's manicotti, you know?
A little fettuccine.
A little
What's
fettuccine
that
on
on
my
your lip?
lips.
Oh, it's just fettuccine, Dad.
God. While we see shots of she and Antonio getting undressed and making love over her walking back, sniffing her fingers. You know,
That was a jarring moment when her boob just pops out. I was not
that was a
expecting
bit
that.
jarring.
Hey, it was like, hey, pay attention. Oh, okay, never mind. It's still boring as fuck. Although they did show her armpit hair, which I thought was a nice historical.
I did think that was pretty,
conclusion.
like nice touch.
Because honestly, it is weird. I don't have a fetish about this. I swear to God, but it is a weird like. It always annoys me in movies that are supposed to be historical when they have like shaved women that are completely shaved. Because it's like that wasn't really a thing until like the 30s, and mostly in developed places when razor companies realized they could advertise to women and convince them they needed to shave their armpits and their legs
and their downstairs.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful to them.
I'm not. Bring it back. Bring the hair back.
Bring it back. I want that musk. When she gets home, Dr. Ioannis,
Dr. Anus.
When she gets home, Dr. Ioannis tells her, next time you see him, tell him I've got his mandolin.
You probably smell him on her or something.
You probably could smell it.
Over the fucking moon that they finally did it.
Thank God he finally got in my daughter's guts.
Damn it.
The doctor tells her more men from the village have left to join Mandras and the partisans, including some guy named Toad. What the fuck is it with Nick Cage movies and guys named Toad lately?
Stupid.
There's 2 movies this season that have featured somebody named Toad that we don't see. It's just off screen. Dr. Ioannis asks his daughter if she loves him, and she says, we're engaged to be married. And he says, I'm not talking about Mandras. He gives her a knowing expression while she looks at the floor expressionless. She's just so good at pulling you into each scene throughout this movie. You know?
Yeah.
That's her whole movie.
I felt so bad for John Hurt in this scene because I thought this is the only good scene in the movie, and he's doing his hardest.
Yeah, she's just looking at the floor the entire fucking scene.
Yeah.
The doctor gives her a big speech about love being a temporary madness, and when it passes, you have to decide if you should stay together forever, since you still love each other, or are no longer blinded by the madness. He asks if she can see a lifetime together with Captain Corelli, and she shakes her head yes after staring at the floor the entire fucking scene. He tells her she needs to tell Mandras and his mother and to pray for the liberation of the island, because if the war ends, everything becomes possible. Like, I would keep that to yourself, that you're like in love with the occupying force that hadn't surrendered at this point, by the way. Also, I would probably not tell Mandras, the guy who's fighting against them.
Guy who wants to kill him.
Pelagia makes her way through town, and it's clear the other women know about she and Corelli somehow, but never comes up again.
I can smell it. I already went over it.
She heads to Mandras's mom's to tell her that she's done with Mandras's beautiful buttocks, and of course Mandras is there and is back to looking like Che Guevara for some reason.
Hey, it's a sexy look.
He asks her where her ring is, and he asks her to have Captain Corelli meet with him and the freedom fighters, but it's clear that he knows that she is with him now. So she's hesitant to set up the meeting with Mandras, since he might do the same thing to Captain Corelli that he did to Paul Allen. Hey, Paul! Hey, Antonio!
He just puts on a record,
Try getting a fucking reservation at Dorsia now. He just plays that fucking Pelagia song.
Yeah.
All right. Act 3.
Bring us home, Nigel.
Act 3. Time to resolve some shit.
On the radio, we hear that Rome has fallen to the Allies and the Germans plan to take full control of all occupied territories from the Italians. As we've established, the Italians fucking suck at being a military. Quick fact, a radio broadcast announces that the Allies have taken Rome. This leads to Italy dropping out of the war and fighting between the Italians and the Germans starts. Italy surrendered on September 1943 after the Allies captured Sicily. Rome fell in June 1944, long after all of Captain Corelli's men, spoilers, were dead. Pelagia tells Corelli about meeting with Mandras, and Corelli's men pull into town singing happily since the war is over, or so they thought. We lost, yay! Pelagia and Antonio stare at each other uncertainly, either because he knows that he'll be heading home, or uncertain as to what the Germans will do next, or whatever the fuck she's thinking, because he can't ever tell. Anyway, it's hard to tell what emotion we're supposed to be getting from both of their vacant expressions throughout the entire film, as they share absolutely no on-screen chemistry. We see the Italians and the Greeks celebrating with each other while a car full of butt-fucking Nazis look on angrily. At the mayor's office, Corelli's commander explains that they have chosen a date to hand over their weapons to the Germans, and some men express concern that they are allies with the Germans, so they shouldn't need to surrender their weapons. Fair point. Soldier asks if they have confirmation that the Germans won't use force against them if they surrender their arms, and the colonel says they have a personal guarantee that they will be allowed safe passage. Never trust a Nazi. Even if he sells you cool cars, turns your favorite place to find porn into a fun, hate-filled echo chamber, or promises to make you a fully functioning sex robot. A soldier says, if you surrender your arms in times of war, then you are no longer a man. Which is up there in the pantheon of great Cage movie quotes like, a man without a gun is not a man, or a man without a truck is not a man. Captain Corelli seems worried about turning over their guns to the lying, evil scumbag Nazis, so he meets with Mandras, who of course asks for the weapons the Italians are about to give away. One of the partisans tells Corelli that there is a massive buildup of Nazi troops on the mainland preparing to attack the islands, and Mandras tells him that if all the Italians who surrendered on a nearby island have been sent to prison camps. Corelli is shocked since he heard that these men went home and got to go live in a farm upstate somewhere or something. And Mandras tells him that they can't trust the Germans. So he's the second person to say that in the movie.
Uh-huh.
Antonio meets with his superior officer who tells him to order his men to leave their post, to which Corelli says if the Germans wanted to bring in heavy reinforcements, this is exactly where they do it. But he does what his superior tells him. Wouldn't you fucking know it, though? While transporting their heavy machine guns, the Nazi fuckfaces pull guns on all of their allies, and the governor pops back into the movie to tell Corelli everything will be fine. Corelli asks about the troops Mandras told him about on another island, and Weber assures him that they all went home. They went to a farm upstate.
They're fine.
Captain Corelli drops his pistol on the ground, so his men follow suit while Weber's men have machine guns pointed at them. Weber asks Corelli if they can keep in touch after the war, and Corelli gives him a go fuck yourself look before walking away, which I guess he learned that look from Pelagia. Hey, we'll be pen pals. I really cherish our friendship.
Would you mind if we ride back and forth? I can tell you about the house that I'm occupying in Germany.
Hey, no, Italian's not so bad.
It's not so bad. It still has his pictures in it, but it's a beautiful house.
I just love that part. We can still be friends. I'll sign your yearbook.
What a good time we had.
One of Corelli's men flicks a cigarette at a Nazi, and when another tries to take his gun forcefully, he pushes him away, prompting the Nazi to shoot. The Nazis blast four of Corelli's men, and we cut to a meeting with Corelli, Weber, and Colonel Wagner, or whatever, who assures them that the matter will be investigated. Corelli freaks out since they're all supposed to be allies, and the colonel menacingly says by noon the next day that all the Italians will be on their way home. Wink. Quick fact. In this scene, Captain Corelli says Mussolini has surrendered to America and Britain, not Germany. Benito Mussolini didn't surrender to anybody. He was arrested by his fellow fascist party council members, supported by some Italian generals and King Victor Emmanuel III of Italy. After he was rescued by Adolf Hitler's SS commandos, he continued to fight the Allies. That night, we see Corelli giving every gun he has left at his disposal to Mandras and his men, and Antonio makes a plan to help the partisans fight the Germans before reinforcements arrive. Captain Corelli and Pelagia meet on a dirt road somewhere, and he tells her to keep a gun with her at all times, and she tells him to come back to her. Carlo, the brave Italian, tells Pelagia that he will look out for Antonio since he knows that she'll be devastated if he dies, and he drives her home. And that scene makes a lot more sense after knowing Carlo's backstory in the book that was completely left out of the film.
Yeah. It was kind of like, oh, this random side character we've spent 20 seconds with is now suddenly very caring towards Corelli.
Yeah. We cut to Nazi planes on their way to the island, as well as troop ships, and all-out war erupts, while some of the Greeks decide to use this as an opportunity to kill that chick who kissed a German, since she's a traitor and a whore. I'm not even sure how it's possible, but the battle is just as boring as the rest of the film, but essentially, the Italians are defeated quickly by the Nazis, since we've established the Italians fucking suck, and half of the beloved town everyone sits in chairs in every night listening to each other sing is destroyed. Pelagia searches desperately for Antonio while watching the Nazis march through her hometown. We cut to see that the Greeks hung that poor girl for kissing a Nazi. Imagine if she'd had sex with an Italian. Oh, wait.
She would have been a fine.
Corelli and his men...
get up in his guts.
Corelli and his men are transported as prisoners of war to a cliff where he sees Weber, who is devastated to see his old singing buddy in the group. Oh, I thought they weren't going to kill that one.
Oh.
Corelli tries to call to him, but Weber walks away with a terrified and sad look on his face. So I'm glad someone in this film is capable of conveying emotions, because, yeah, that was the only time that you could tell what an actor was, or the character was feeling, because the actor was acting.
Yeah. It's funny that he's the one who never had a film career after this. The other two main characters have Oscars somehow. I don't know.
And finally, some of the Italians start to put together what's about to happen. I thought we were just going to go home.
Does this mean we're not pen pals?
They fucking started shooting at him when they showed up. What the hell? They're not just gonna,
yeah.
I mean, just gonna send you
them
back.
going to war against the Germans probably sealed the deal, but I get the sense that they were going to do this anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. One guy starts praying and another runs before being shot, and the Nazis bust out a machine gun to mow down the rest of them. But true to his word, Carlos steps in front of Antonio, which saves him from being killed. I feel like that gun would have been able to shoot through a guy that was standing 6 feet in front of it, but through the magic of
like
movies.
A 50 caliber
so I can't remember what it's
submachine gun.
Yeah, it's that.
But it did punch through him and fuck up.
It did.
I mean, he did get hit, but I think it would have obliterated all of them.
Liquefied him. He was like 10 feet in front of it. Mm-hmm. The rest of the opera group are turned into hamburger, though. Get it? Because they're German. And Corelli is only hit with bullets that made it all the way through his old buddy Carlo. Weber tries, again, acting. Oh, sorry. He doesn't try acting. He tries not to cry at the sight of the men he bonded with singing. That he bonded with over singing together. And the Germans move out. Weber stays behind to make sure all the men are dead, but can't bring himself to kill Antonio when he sees that he's still alive. Weber hightails it to a waiting truck and heads off to a fun-filled life in Argentina. We see several more scenes of Italians being executed by their allies for attacking them, and eventually we see Mandras and his men checking to see if any of the Italians survived. I don't know why. Maybe they just wanted... I guess they're friends with the Italians now because they helped them. They were all fighting the same side. Mm-hmm. Mandras finds the man who cucked him by simply playing a mandolin on the ground, nearly dead, and decides to do the right thing by taking Corelli to Dr. Yanis. The doctor explains that he's not a surgeon, and he isn't sure if he can save Antonio. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a doctor. But Pelagia begs him to save the love of her life that we spent 2 hours establishing, yet still feels weirdly forced. Dr. Yanis works tirelessly on Antonio, pulling all the bullets out and sewing him back up all night. Captain Corelli comes to, and Dr. Yanis explains what happened, and he's devastated. Pelagia tries to nurse him back to health, but he's a little depressed over being betrayed and having all of his best friends murdered. She wakes up to Antonio attempting to surrender to the Germans. When she stops him, he says, if they find me, they will shoot you both, in a very cagey manner. But he says that he doesn't belong there and his presence has only brought destruction to her island.
True.
She tells him that she loves him, and he says, I had no right to make you love me when you weren't mine to love. The Germans pull that little girl who made the Jesus Crown's mom and partisan son out of their house, and Pelagia rushes to save the little girl while her mom and brother are shot. Again, Cage just kind of stares at her emotionlessly. Was it a partisan? I think it was. She was harboring an Italian.
Yeah, that's what it was.
She was a part.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a partisan.
No, he was wearing an Italian uniform. Just, I guess, to show and tell.
It's just a. Why would he still be wearing that? Whatever.
And they're like literally right next door, and the Germans. I figured they were going door to door at that point. So why did they not show up at the next door and find Antonio just chilling in the room?
He can speak Greek. He just blends right in. See?
Well, you're right. They didn't take the uniform off him, at least. Next, we see the Nazis doing Nazi shit, like pushing old priests in the street, busting through doors, and ransacking houses looking for anyone who might have been involved in the resistance. And we cut to Corelli being taken to Mandras, who offers to help Antonio get home to Italy on a boat with the help of his men. On the dock, Pelagia tearfully hugs him goodbye while telling him that he should go. He tries to tell her something, but she tells him to go, and he just kind of stares at her like he just crapped his pants. She sobs as his boat leaves, and then back home, she finds Mandras in her room. She asks him why he saved Antonio, and he says, I wanted you to love me again. He explains that he had his fellow soldiers read him all the letters she sent him in Albania, but when he got the Dear John letter, which he memorized. And then we hear it for the first time in its entirety, which says that she never loved him at all. So they just like have to read that to him over and over and over again until he memorized it. That's all I can think.
Yeah. Read it again.
Read it again. Oh my
God. Read it again.
Quick fact. Quick fact. In the novel, Mandras is kind of a piece of shit. For example, he learns how to read after the war and becomes indoctrinated into the Communist Party and eventually has Dr. Giannis sent to a concentration camp. Also in the scene we just talked about when Pelagia rejects him, he tries to rape her, and then when Mandras' mom finds out, he commits suicide out of shame.
Jesus Christ, man. Very different.
Yeah. We hear Dr. Giannis narrating a letter to Antonio again, and he explains that the war ended. Pelagia is now a doctor herself, and they took in the little girl whose family was killed by the Nazi shitbags. The girl brings home a package addressed to Pelagia, which turns out to be a mixtape Antonio recorded with his homies in Italy. She hears the first few seconds of Pelagia's song, which we heard earlier in the movie, but she quickly turns it off and looks depressed. I guess. Can't quite tell, but assuming that's what a real actress would look like.
Just mild constipation.
Dr. Giannis says that Pelagia is sad all the time, having lost Antonio, and we watch her treat a patient while using a comically large stethoscope.
Yeah, what the fuck was with that, dude? Why was it so big?
They only give her like prop instruments because she's a woman, so they like, let her pretend she's a doctor. Which, like, was that supposed to be on the? I guess it was the same island, but it was like we never saw any building with any kind of medical facility that advanced. The whole movie, they just live in like little cabins. So I thought like she'd gone to the mainland or something to be a doctor, but I guess not. A huge earthquake hits the island, and Dr. Giannis and Pelagia's house is just completely destroyed with him in it, since God wasn't done telling the people of Cephalonia to go fuck themselves. Pelagia rushes home after the quake to find her home destroyed, but miraculously her father survived. We cut to sometime in the future where we see another one of those weird-ass religious ceremonies, and that guy who had a pea stuck in his ear begs the doctor to put it back in since his wife sucks. Again, we see the child endangering shirtless fat guy blasting rocks out of a cannon in the direction of loads of people so that we know everything's back to the way it should be again. Pelagia watches on as the townsfolk dance, and she looks miserable or bored or constipated. Again, just stone-faced, nothing's going on. You just have to interpret it. Dr. Giannis suddenly spots Captain Corelli in the distance, and back at the newly constructed Giannis home, we see Pelagia searching for lemonade or whatever that girl's name is. She turns around and spots Antonio walking up the road, and she is shocked or overjoyed or having a root canal. At this point, you're just imparting the emotions that we're supposed to see on her face. Antonio says that he got her father's letter, and through tears, he says, I tried to live without you. I tried to make myself believe I could live without you. She puts her hand on his face and says his scar healed well with tears in her eyes. I mean, yeah, he had a cut on his face at some point.
I think it's from the shrapnel that blew up.
Also, he's got gray hair in his temples for some reason, so we're supposed to imagine this is many years later, even though it's been like 3.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They make it seem like it was like after World War II.
They like really stretched or condensed this timeline at the end of this to make it seem it's like, I don't know. It was like they put the fake hair on him like they did it. Peggy Sue got married when he's supposed to be, old guy, middle-aged guy.
Just missing that see-through pants shot of his ass.
They hug for a few seconds before we cut away from what the movie has set up as one of the greatest love stories ever told, while somehow not telling that story at all. It's kind of baffling how we spent so much time in this world, yet I don't feel like there's any connection whatsoever between Antonio and Pelagio. Quick fact, in the book, Antonio visits years later to see Pelagio one last time before becoming a famous musician, and that's about it.
I think it's supposed to be like 20 years later or something. And
so he just never
wanted
went
to see
back.
her one last time. Yeah.
Hey, my life was great, actually, after everything turned out fine.
Things are pretty good.
How's yours? Oh, your dad got sent to a concentration camp? That sucks.
Sorry about that. I heard about the earthquake.
Yeah, that was
I love a spaghetti.
Hey, how'd it turn out with that madras? Oh, he tried to rape you and then killed himself. Oh, man.
Sorry to hear.
Should chill on an island somewhere. It does wonders. Should try being Italian? I don't know. They seem to be fine.
All good.
I'm a millionaire now.
God damn it.
Oh, my God.
Have fun with a lemonade.